Hey there, this is Lula LV. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm starting my first ever tag video, and it's going to be on the topic of what are my most complimented designer bags. If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. Today, I'm going to tell you what are my most complimented designer bags when I wear them out in public. I'm not talking about social media at all, just when I wear these bags in public among the non-luxury bag loving masses. These are the bags that I almost always get complimented on. It might not be the bags that you think they are. I'm going to show you all three of them and what they all have in common. The first bag I get complimented on the most is this Louis Vuitton Alma BB. This is from a special collection. This was from the Spring in the City 2022 collection, and it took the classic Damier Azur canvas and paired it with a creamy off-white treated leather, and it also added these braided handles. So it's a little bit of a modern twist on the classic Damier Azur bags. They released several bags in this style. This was a limited edition. This is just a beautiful bag. Whenever I wear it out in public, I always get compliments on this bag. The next style that I get complimented on the most when I wear it in public is this Louis Vuitton Neverfull in black empreinte leather. The Neverfull is a classic, very recognizable Louis Vuitton bag style, but the empreinte leather is a relatively new fabrication for this bag. This was not released in empreinte leather until March or April of 2021. So this is fairly new, and it's a fairly new take on a classic design. The third bag that I get complimented on the most when I wear it in public is this Louis Vuitton Neo Noe MM. The MM is the larger size. There's also a smaller Neo Noe BB, and this is in the beautiful bicolor empreinte. This is in Arizona, and the monogram design is in cream. And I had an interaction with another woman about this bag that actually sparked the idea for this video. I took my daughter to dance class last fall, and while I was in the waiting room, one of the other parents, it was actually the girl's grandmother who took her to class that day, looked at me and she's like, "Is that your bag?" So I said, "Yes, it is." And she goes, "I really love your bag." She goes, "That is so beautiful." And she said, "What I love the most about it is it's not like all the other Louis Vuitton bags you always see out in the street." I was like, "Oh, wow, thank you. I really appreciate that. I love it too. I love the colors." But it really got me thinking about when I wear my bags in public, what bags am I wearing that get complimented the most, and what do they have in common versus bags that people might notice but never comment on? So let me put this down. Of course, when you wear your bags, it should be for you. It's whatever makes you happy, what matches your personal style. You should be dressing for yourself, not for other people. But I thought it was really interesting that she loved the bag. She recognized it as a Louis Vuitton bag, but she also recognized it as something different that you don't see every day. As I was wearing my bags out in public over the next few months, I noticed that whenever I wore a bag that was very classic, like my Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the classic monogram canvas, or any of my bags in the Damier Bean. I actually have one here. I have the Alma. This is in the PM size. And I thought it was interesting because these are all very classic and recognizable Louis Vuitton designs, but nobody ever comments on them. The other interesting bag that I noticed as I've been wearing it the last few months was my Chanel Classic Flap. And the thing that's really interesting about this bag is this is as classic and recognizable as you can get for a Chanel bag. It has the CC double logo in the middle. It's in black caviar leather. So this is as classic as you can get. And the thing I noticed with this bag is a lot of people will notice it in public. I often see people look directly at my bag, not trying to hide the fact that they're staring at it. Like, people will notice this bag, but nobody's ever come up to me and ever said anything like, oh, I like your bag, or is that a Chanel? I don't know. Nothing. Nobody's ever mentioned anything, which is fine. I just thought it was really interesting that people will notice this bag. They will also notice my other Louis Vuitton bags, but nobody will ever say anything to me about a Chanel. I don't know if maybe it's just because they see it, they're like, oh, that's a Chanel bag, but they don't really care about bags that much to comment on it. I don't know. I just thought that was a really interesting observation. And of course, my bags that always get compliments, the thing that they have in common is it's always the ones that are designer. You can tell they're designer. You know they're Louis Vuitton. They have that big logo on it, but they're a little bit different than what you always see. It also got me thinking about what are your most complimented luxury bags. So if you have a YouTube channel, I would love to hear your take on this topic. I will tag a few people that I would specifically like to know. What are your most complimented bags? I admire your collections and would love to hear from you. But if you're watching this video and you don't have a channel, please go head down to the comment section and let us know there what are your most complimented bags. And I do have to give a shout out to another YouTuber, Carol Summer. When I was looking up this topic to see if it had already been done as a tag, I saw that Carol actually did a video exactly on this topic not too long ago, although she didn't do it as a tag video. But I will link to her video and her channel below because she has an excellent take on this topic as well, and I highly, highly recommend checking out her video. That's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to come back every Wednesday and Friday for new videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.